Valora has been told of an interesting prospect. Someone who has been asking about them in Camarilla territory. But let us stop all that background and go into the present day. Alice, you are awakening from your day sleep back in your mansion. The floors have been cleaned since someone apparently murdered a human in your living room. Probably Lilith. And as you awaken, you receive that particular vision. The beast experiences it with you and asks you, "What do you think it means?"
Oh. Well, we know Emir the Tumir. That is magic, I suppose. Could it be about the house upgrade that I was wanting to ask with him? But alchemy of Half-Life, what could that be?
I don't know.
Child of the Moon is gonna be probably a wolf person.
But we are the clan of the moon. Doesn't that
Oh,
mean
wait.
anything?
Yeah, you're right, actually. Maybe I am Child of Moon? Could it be... Okay, beasts. That's self-explanatory, I think. Beasts, purple. We have a theme here. That's been a arcing theme for our friend. Oh, did we figure out who that guy was that was mysteriously disappeared in our halls, by the way?
I don't think
Is that going to be trouble later? Oh, well. Rose with petals losing. I mean, toreadors are dramatic, and
They are.
roses, I suppose.
They're probably delicious too.
You think everything's delicious,
It's
beastie?
true.
I bet you'd even find boba delicious. Ugh. Just the idea of the texture gives me nightmares.
I agree. I don't understand what is in these younger generations and their food.
I mean, I suppose you just have to kind of come up with new things to excite you. But why would that be? I haven't found that. I don't want that. And I don't know. You know what? To each their own. I suppose we're just different. That's fine. We're all different. Okay, we know who the owl is. That's fine. Owl's childer. Self-explanatory.
That is Zeta.
So, yeah. Goodness. It's gonna be an interesting night, I suppose, Beastie.
How do we contact
Should
Zeta?
Yeah. Or should we just pop a visit? Do we know where they live?
Somewhere in the mountain, Diablo.
Yeah. Can't exactly write a letter, can we? Address it to the mountain.
We could ask Sam to send a message.
True, we could do that. Do you think he'll just do it? If we ask nicely.
Maybe.
You know what? I'm gonna give it a go. She's gonna whip out her phone, and she's gonna type just a random number. And she's gonna text, Sam, can you contact Zeta for me? As a thank you, you'll get to hear about it too, I guess. And just hit send.
a different number texts you back, and it just has a thumbs up emoji.
Wonderful. So nice to know what Kindred want. Because, that means that you can both get what you want. It's just so good.
I know what I want. I'm thirsty.
Of course you are. Am I thirsty?
Not really.
Not really, Yeah. Well. I guess now we just wait. James? Oh, James?
James will approach. Yes, mistress.
James, dearie, do we have any information about the accident that happened to the house?
I believe the sheriff took care of it.
That's all I need. Thank you very much. Oh, it's so unfortunate. It's also exciting and lovely, but also it's hard when you start introducing people into your life. Just more people always means more things and more moving parts, and it's a little bit nerve-wracking. Nothing could have really prepared me for this, but it's still better than solitude, I think. What do you think, James?
I would agree, mistress.
That gives me joy. Well, I have a whole night ahead of me. I wonder what's gonna be coming.
Let us change scenes to Zeta. Zeta, you will awaken from the day sleep with a dog licking your face. In your cave on Mount Diablo, a stray dog that often visits has come by and seems to have been anxiously awaiting for you to rise.
Hey, buddy, how are you doing? And I pat him all over the body.
Mm-hmm. Dog seems very excited now that you are up.
I will search for some treats and give them to him.
Certainly. You have accumulated some now that this dog has visited often. And the dog is very appreciative of the treats. While you are feeding the dog and the dog is licking you and having fun, suddenly the dog turns around, perking up its ears, and looks at the corner of your cave. And there is a raven that has perched itself on one of the rocks. On its leg, there is a note that is tied.
I will get up and carefully go to the bird, trying to get the note.
The bird lets you approach. Seems easy enough to grab the note.
And I will read it.
The note says, "If you are the gangrel I think you are, come to this address tonight. I have something to show you that you may find very interesting. And if you don't know who I am, ask Alice." And there is a given address in San Rafael. It is in Camarilla territory.
Thank you, bird.
Once you have the note, the bird flies away. The dog was growling a little bit at the bird, uneasy about it.
I'll go back down to the dog and tell him it's alright. There are strange. There will always be strange things happening. And then I will call Alice.
All right. You go to grab your phone, and the dog starts barking at the corner of the cave where the raven just left, seemingly barking at nothing.
Who is there?
Sam the snake appears suddenly, and he just smiles, looks at the dog, and says, "Cute dog. New friend."
Yes. He's been giving me company up here.
I bet you need company up here. So,
There are not many people here.
makes sense. Haven't you ever thought about living in a house? I mean, I understand me living in a cave, but you?
Yeah, but I already have this.
Whatever. I see you were trying to call someone.
Yeah.
Well, before
What?
you do, Alice wanted me to get in contact with you.
Ah, I want to get in contact with her.
I get the
What the-
impression that she wants to meet with you.
Did she say why?
Nope. Typical Malkavian, if you ask me.
Then there's probably no point in calling her.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for letting me know, Sam.
Sam, with his greenish complexion, scaly face, and eyes that blink almost sideways, does a little mischievous smile at the dog again and just goes, "Again, cute dog. Love to see it."
Cute.
I would go with you, but I've got things to do tonight.
Alright. Good luck with your things.
Yeah, you have a good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Sam disappears and goes off into the wilderness. So, how are you planning on getting to Alice?
I will turn to Wolf. First run to Manny's apartment, from where I will then take a car.
Sounds good. In that case, I just need you to make the good old dexterity drive roll.
Okay. That's 2 successes.
Sounds good. Okay. We will come back to that in a moment. I have a few rolls for Henry to make, Valora to make, and Lilith to make. So Henry and Lilith, your roles are the same. They are, first of all, they're going to be a lot of fun. Your roles are going to be wits and investigation. Everyone get that?
Yeah, the dice roller's giving me some grief.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
I got the. All right, looks like it's back to good old reliable standby.
Oh,
Oh,
goodness.
no. Let me find a dice roller real quick.
All right. Sorry about that.
I give a recommendation real fast, what I use.
Sure.
It's simply called Dice on the App Store, on the Google App Store. And you can have like Vampire the Masquerade dice within it. You can really quickly swap them in and out. And you can change the background color, and there's a little animation. You can roll individual dice and stuff like that. You can have the blood dice be different color. It's good.
I got an 8 on my regular die and a 1 on my hunger die.
So you have a success. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Investigation.
Oh, does the 1 on the hunger not mess me up here?
You have a success, so no.
Oh, nice.
If you did not have a success, that would be horrific for you.
Cool.
The joys of this game.
Okay, all right. So on my wits, I have 2 success. Investigation, I have a critical success, and I have a 2 on my hunger roll.
All right. Valora, I have a roll for you as well.
I'm ready.
Heck yeah. It is, yours is going to be charisma and etiquette.
Great. How many dice do I roll for that?
Would you like me to let me get your character sheet up here real quick.
Maybe a little, yes.
I got you. No worries. Charisma, etiquette.
I have
That's
2.
6 dice for you.
Okay, I was correct then.
Plus
Cool.
1 hunger.
Yep. Perfect. And the hunger die is just a D10 as well, right? Just on the side.
Yeah, just
Okay.
something to
Perfect.
differentiate it from the others.
Let's do it. Okay. And the successes are less than or greater than sort of mathing?
Yeah, success is 6 through 10, not success is 1 through 5.
Cool. 3 successes and 3 fails, so 50-50. And then a fail on the hunger.
Hunger I only care if it's 1 or a 10.
Great.
Did
Then
you get
it's
a 1 on hunger?
Void.
Okay, yeah. So 3 successes. You don't have to count the fails unless they're
Cool.
1s.
They are all 3 1s.
Are they?
Yep.
Oh my god.
6, 5, 8, 1, 1, 1.
Okay.
Okay. Strong.
That's amazing. All right. Okay. So, with all of that happening, Lilith, you are going to arrive at this destination first. You find this house in San Rafael. Old house that fancies itself a mansion, but really isn't. It's just a 2-story house with marble pillars and a regal-looking willow tree in the front, and a brick fence with an iron gate. Carved into the wall in front of that is something familiar. The Malkavian symbol.
Fuck. Yup, I know that broken mirror anywhere. She's gonna look at her watch and then just start. She's gonna break out a cigarette and just start smoking and just kind of waiting for anyone else to show up. She's gonna also keep an eye on the house, but she's not going to get very close to it. She's gonna kind of like stay back in the shadows.
All right. Sounds good. You just scoping it out? Are you just scoping it out, Lilith? Casing the place?
Oh, yes. It. Huh.
I
Can
can
you hear
hear
me?
you now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Just scoping it out, sticking to the shadows. Just seeing what's up.
All right, cool. Very good. Let us return now real quickly to Zeta, who is now arriving at Alice's mansion. You show up and are greeted by James and let into the building. Alice, you, of course, are informed when Zeta arrives.
And they came with a car?
Yes.
Do I recognize it?
It's just a car from the neighborhood, right, Zeta? Or was it Mandy's
yeah.
car?
It would be Mandy's car.
Okay. So yeah, you'd recognize Mandy's vehicle.
She comes out of the house to greet Zeta. Well, Zeta, lovely to see you.
Hi,
I'm so glad you
Alice.
could make it. How are you? How is Mandy?
Doing great. It's been so long since I saw you.
It feels like forever, doesn't it?
Yes. It was like every night and then this huge gap.
I know, it's, just sometimes, it just gets crazy for me personally. But nothing dramatic, just the average amount of crazy. Let's go inside real fast. And she starts, ushering them inside, like towards the good old study that has the comfy seating with the gold accents everywhere, the dark green velvety stuff, old wood everywhere, everything spick and span shiny, as always. Would you like a drink, or?
I'm good for now.
Wonderful. This way, please.
I will follow.
Alice carries herself with the posture that she always does, which is poised, polite, and pleasant. Well, now that I have you here, I had a vision as soon as I woke up tonight. And I'm fairly certain that you were part of it. I'll recall the whole vision and I'll let you think about it for a second, and then I'll talk to you about what I gathered from it. So, she takes a second to gather herself, and the magic of undeath, the alchemy of half-life, unjustly procured by a child of the moon. Do beasts wear purple, or do they have colors at all? And what of a rose that loses its petals? Does the great owl know what their childer must do? So, did you let it sink in?
Yeah.
Yeah. So magic of undeath, who knows? Alchemy of half-life, again, who knows? Unjustly procured by child of the moon. I mean, I am a child of the moon, but so are others. Beasts, pretty self-explanatory. Or not.
That's all of us.
Yeah. But also, wear purple? See, I've had purple beasts before. That would be Lilith, usually. Or do they have colors of all? That also could be Lilith. Rose loses petals were Toreador's symbol is rose, so that could be that. But the great owl, you're wonderful, sire. But then, did the great owl know what their childer must do? So that must be you.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Oh no.
I don't know either. Isn't it exciting?
So, I also got a message today.
Oh, what's yours like?
I got it by a raven.
Oh,
It was.
I wish I had mine in a raven. That sounds wonderful.
Yeah. And I will scramble the note out of my pants. I'm supposed to meet someone,
Oh,
and they mentioned you that I should ask you if I don't know who they are.
who is it?
I don't know. That's why I'm here to ask you.
Oh, okay. Do you have any information about?
Well, they mentioned that if I am the gangle that they think I am, I should come to this address. I will give Alice the
Oh.
address.
Alice, I would like you to roll intelligence awareness.
Okay. That's that, I think. That is 3 successes.
Yes, this is a Malkavian, one older than you. Camarilla Malkavian, though. One named, well, you just know them as Babs. And you basically know her because she's a part of your clan. And she has always, as far as you know, has had a flair for spontaneity and unpredictability. Beyond that, just that they're another Malkavian. But a Camarilla one.
Well, Zeta, one person come to mind. Babs. Great things. Malkavian. Not so great things. Camarilla. But also great things, maybe, for us. Spontaneous bunch. Or a spontaneous kind. So they might be up for some tomfoolery.
Okay.
Shall James drive us?
Sure.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Do you want to take your car or mine?
I think your car would be a little bit better if we visit Camarilla.
Oh yeah, with the whole you know what, you're right. I forgot. Huh. There's so many things happening lately. Did you hear that? Like the weather's been crazy. Oh wait, that was 2 months ago. Never mind. Anyway, shall we? Or do you have something else to do?
No? Don't have anything else? Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Do I? You remember Emir the Tamir?
Yes.
I was thinking, you know, guys, it's this fancy magic thing. I was thinking about that for my house, but I was wondering if I should have that on the whole house or just one room, or could I was wondering if I could have that on like separate rooms inside the house and also the whole house.
What about the whole property?
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, but then that means that if anyone just slithers their way through the like fences outside, that means that they wouldn't be in it.
As you prepare to leave, let me have you. Actually, I'll have James roll it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yes, this conversation will happen, I assume, on your way to the front door.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and getting ready to leave.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In that case, Henry, you arrive. The driver takes you up to this strange-looking house here in San Rafael. Kind of hardly a part of San Rafael, but nevertheless in the city limits. You are dropped off. The taxi asks for your money, simply with almost like with a pestering hand behind, waiting for you to put some money in it.
I can respect that. Do I have money? Please tell me I have money.
Yes, you have money.
All right, cool. Then he and I are cut from the same cloth. I'll fork over some change.
All right. Lilith, you are surprised to see the yellowest taxi pull up in front of this house, and a familiar Tremere getting out of the taxi.
Yes. The Tremere arriving in yellow cab. Because, of course, the Tremere would arrive in a yellow cab. She is going to basically pick up a rock and whiz it at Henry to get his attention.
Okay.
Is this how I die?
I
mean,
She's not whizzing it at your head. She's just throwing it in your general direction.
Let's just have Henry do wits and awareness.
Oh boy. How aware am I? Okay.
Because it'll be
not
great
very.
if this rock goes past your head and you just don't even notice.
Okay. And I gotta care about hunger dice still, right?
Yep.
Okay. Ah. All right.
Keep hitting me.
And I only have to care about a 10 or a 1 on the hunger dice, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I got 1 success.
All right. A rock has landed at you, almost intentionally thrown at you from behind this nearby tree.
Well, as much as I want to inspect the rock for potential, who knows if this is a special Malkavian stone, I should probably check to see where it's been thrown from. Do I notice anything as I calculate the flight path and look up?
You just hear Lilith woof from the shadows.
Is the cab still here? Did they already drive off?
Oh yeah, they're long gone.
Oh god, alright. Hey! It's been a while.
It's been like a whole week.
Has it really been an entire week, Lilith? Well, what brings you here? And also, why'd you throw a rock at me?
Our Tremere, your Tremere, doesn't matter. Cut from the same damn cloth. I was
Alright.
trying to get your attention.
All right, well, you got it.
Why are you here?
Oh, hold on now. Why are you here? You're not stalking me, are you?
Yes, I am on a secret mission from the Sabbat to infiltrate your chantry, and you are the weakest link into it.
Oh God. All right, well, can you at least can you let me just head in here first before you fulfill your mission?
Yeah.
It's only fair that you give me a head start since you're so strong and fast, and I'm just a lowly Tremere scholar.
And they say the La Sombra doesn't have a sense of humor. Yeah, we can go up. I was just seeing if anybody else was supposed to show up.
Wait, who's all coming here? Hold on.
You, me, possibly the hero raccoon, maybe a dog, maybe a beast, and a rose. I don't know.
Okay, hold on. I know the raccoon part's a joke, but where are you getting the rest of that?
My ass. Like, were you sent here from orders of your chantry?
I mean, you can make that assumption. I will not confirm nor deny.
Thanks for the confirmation. Well, I guess we might as well just go and introduce ourselves. And she's just gonna like walk up to the. You said there was a gate, right?
Yes.
She's gonna go up and like shake the gate and go, "Hello, we're here. We don't know why."
Yeah, at the Henry will grit his teeth and go, "Yeah, we."
So, as you shake the gates, behind you in the street, a manhole cover comes up and out, and this Kindred woman pokes her head out just a little bit above it and just goes, "Well, come in," and then goes back down.
Lilith, did you see that?
I think so. Lilith does the after you to Henry and the general direction of the manhole cover or the manhole.
And did you say it was in the road?
Yes.
Okay, well, first I gotta look both ways, so let's do that. All right. Can I lift the manhole cover? Is it already off? Am I gonna embarrass myself?
It is off, yes.
Oh, thank goodness. All right, what an accommodating host. I'll try to shimmy down there.
All right.
Lilith waits a respectful few seconds to listen for any screams or shouts of panic. Then she will follow down, and she's going to reach over and just like pull the manhole cover back into position as she goes down.
So down there is a what appears to be a kindred that was turned in probably their mid-30s. Pale, but otherwise this nice light brown tone to their skin. Straight hair that goes down to their waist. It is in just kind of flopping all over their body, but somehow elegantly. She is wearing a red and white dress, the bottom of which has been scraping against this damp tunnel floor. It looks like it did connect to the sewer, but she has excavated for probably some decades ago an entrance into her home. And she just goes, "Hi. Was not expecting anyone like either of you tonight. I was expecting other people tonight. So, what brings both of you here? Both of you? Both of you here. What brings both of you here? At the same time? Or perhaps you came separately?"
Definitely separately. Henry Draw, pleasure to meet you. I'll extend my hand out for a nice firm handshake.
She looks at your hand, and instead of shaking it, grabs it and points it flat with your palm down, and looks at your knuckles, pokes at all of them and goes, "Tremere, an acolyte, judging by your hands."
Very wise, very observant.
Why don't you cast a spell for me?
All right. Any specific requests?
Surprise me.
Oh boy. Ooh, hold on.
Lilith is going to give Henry a very serious death look of, if you involve me in this shenanigans, there will be hell to pay.
Oh, don't worry. I would never do that to you when there are witnesses around. All right. I guess I'll give the old premonition a try.
Sure.
Try to bust that one out. Now, would this be... Oh, wait, no, it would be resolve plus aspects, right?
Yep.
Alrighty, so 6 dice. Woohoo! I've got 1, 2... Oh, man. I got 2 successes, 1 failure.
Is it a 1?
It is a 1. Or, oh, yeah, sorry, yeah.
You sense the arrival of the famous actress Valora showing up at the mansion in a brief 10-second moment.
Ooh. Oh, also, I have to do a rouse check, right? Since I
Yes.
revoked that. Let me just do that real quick. And it's just 1d10?
Yep.
Yeah. Ooh, I got a 10 on that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Add
Although I
one
don't
hunger.
think it doesn't. All right. A little hungry. Okay. Famous actress Valora, you said?
Yes.
Oh, you're not gonna believe this, but I have foreseen the arrival of the famous actress Valora from, what's a movie she's been in?
Anything. All things.
Just
Dinner
say
for
say
Schmuck.
Vampire Moon. That's a famous
Vampire
Ooh.
Moon. Everybody loves that.
one. Mm-hmm. And she just goes, yeah, I invited her. Not impressed. Anyways. And you, Gangrel. I can
Well-
tell by your eyes. Recently, people said that you are Camarilla now.
She just kind of grumbles.
Would you like me to put a good word in for you?
Could use any good word that I can get. He once told me that people who get on the prince's bad side tend to get shown the city from way up high. So
That's what they say.
You ever heard the song "It's a Long Way to the Top," but in the opposite direction?
Free Fallin' by Tom Petty, you mean?
Whatever. I'm a dog, not a toreador.
You are a dog. Let me tell you something. I will let you do whatever you would like tonight, if you do something for me.
Could be the catch. What is it that I would have to do for you?
I want to taste you and see if you're really who you say you are.
Does she still have the tack and...
I'm assuming so.
But I'm thinking the blood would not lie.
Do you want to test your knowledge in this? 'Cause if you would like to, you can roll intelligence occult and see if that is a thing that would betray you.
One success, and it's a critical.
Okay. You don't know. Probably. It would be hard. The sort of chaos factor in this is she's a Malkavian.
Lilith's going to sit there and she's going to think for a second. And, as that sounds, I'm going to have to decline because, well, I don't really know you. I'm just here for his, and she points at Henry, to be his scary dog privilege.
Mine?
You sound surprised, Tremere.
Well, contrary to popular belief, I don't know everything yet. Respectfully, of course.
During this, you can all hear a car pull up directly above you. The Malkavian looks up, just goes, It could be one of two people. And it is Zeta and Alice who have arrived. James has parked the car and has now opened the doors for both of you.
Thank you. Thank you, James. As always, such a gentleman. Alice is eyeing... Does Alice know the exact way that this hideout is? Or just the
No.
address and person? Okay. She's looking around at the houses. I
I will
wonder...
also get out. I will look for the correct address and see if there's a doorbell anywhere.
No, just a gate that is closed, it seems.
Alice would like to heightened senses and see if she can hear something.
Very good. You hear underneath you the sentence, sounds like a gangrel, and sounds like my good friend Alice.
Alice does a little, aha, Zeta. Found them. And she just
Where?
reel down Slav squats, drops down and knocks on the pavement a few times.
Who did you find?
Oh, I don't know.
Huh.
Whoever we were coming here for. Hello? Are you home?
She goes, no, wait there. I'll open the door, okay? I have to deal with my other guests.
Other guests? Oh, don't let us keep us waiting, please.
I won't keep you waiting too long. And then she goes to Henry and Lilith, says, come on, let's go inside, and starts leading you through this tunnel. Now she is very casually leading you through this tunnel that has been very crudely dug. Through it, you can see that there is a very prominent blood-stained trail that goes through this thing. On it, there are fingernails that have come off from people. There are teeth on the ground. There are other like segmented pieces of bone that are strewn about this tunnel. And it all leads into this basement area where there are jars of blood and body parts. There are people currently still alive, chained to walls, missing hands, missing feet, missing limbs, and they have holes in the sides of their neck that are being collected by these pale-looking mortals, probably ghouls. And they stop when all of you approach, but this Malkavian doesn't seem to think any of this is interesting. It's just going, oh, yep, mind the step there? Yep, mind the step? Okay. These are some of my ghouls, and if any of you are hungry, feel free. They're not going anywhere. And just goes up the wooden steps, and it leads to a comically horror-looking door that opens into a normal-looking house. And once you get inside there, she's like, all right, just sit down, be comfortable. I must attend to my expected guests.
As Lilith is walking by the chained up mortals, she just like reaches out and just like jabs one of them in one of the wounds, and just kind of like pushes her finger in and just kind of like giggles a bit as like they kind of whimper, and she just goes, cute.
Is there like a cup or something I can just quickly take a sip out of? Or...
The jars do seem inviting.
I mean, it would be rude of me not to, partake
yes,
when the
of course.
host offers. But I'll grimace as I do so, because this is kind of grody.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Henry, don't you have blood at home?
It doesn't hurt to try new things every once in a while, Lilith. You have to keep an open mind. I don't immediately explode or something when I drink this, do I?
No, it's fine.
No,
it's totally fine.
I mean, if you want to try new things, Lilith just holds her wrist out towards Henry.
I mean, maybe later. Let me just taste this vintage quick.
Do you want to drink the whole jar?
Oh man, something wacky might. Yeah. Let's slam this puppy.
All right.
We don't got time to take small sips.
Then you can remove a dot of hunger.
Yummy.
All right. So while in the front, Alice and Zeta are waiting, another car pulls up. This one is fancy. It is a beautiful looking car. Another driver comes out, who also looks very fancy, dressed in a suit, and opens the door for famous actress Valora, whom probably Zeta and Alice recognize because Valora's been in so many movies. It is honestly astonishing to see a movie star of this caliber here, right now. Like, this is the A-list. This is like if like Zendaya just pulled up, you know? Incredible.
My. Beastie. You believe it?
I
See that car? That has some style to it. Beastie, take some notes.
Oh, I was just flabbergasted by my favorite movie star being here.
Right? Oh, how exciting. I've never. Is this the rose? What about the petals, though?
Wait, is Valora Kindred? Valora, you are here, and you see a woman here dressed in the front, looking like regality and affluence, but from the 1940s. And also, you see what looks to be just a college student just standing in front of this building.
I think I forgot to tip my driver. Hold on. Wait! Wait, am I supposed to tip? Oh, they left. So I guess I won't be tipping him. Hi!
Why, hello
Do-
there.
Oh.
Do you work here, or...?
No, we're visitors.
No.
How about
I've been
yourself?
invited.
Oh, me too! I was invited, and I thought, I was a little bored right now, and I could come by sort of in between things, and this is so exciting. You guys look extravagantly exotic and interesting, and I'm so interested in your story, but we can learn about it later, right? Yeah, okay. So
Oh,
what are we
of
doing
course.
here? What are we doing
Anytime.
here? Do you know? This letter does not say very much.
By now,
Mine neither.
Oh,
but by now, all of you have got the scent of each other. You recognize that you're all kindred at this point.
well.
So the letter
I
says
would have
nothing.
never loved
What?
your film in the moon. What was its name again? Zeta. Do you remember? Such a lovely role.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that means so much. That is so nice. I don't remember the name of the movie.
Yeah, so see me. I'm so
Vampire
sorry.
Moon, if anyone wants.
Yes,
to remember.
Vampire Moon. Sorry.
Right?
Oh,
yes,
yes.
right. The big one, with the love triangle, vampires, werewolves, things like that. Yep.
I
Totally
have to say-
understood.
I have to say, I do think you made it. I don't think it would have been such a hit if you were not in it. So
Oh my gosh. You're so nice because I've been made fun of so poorly for my acting in that movie. Yeah.
I think
you were
they
so nice.
just
It's nice
lack
to meet you.
perspective.
Well,
Simply,
yeah, totally. I mean, all the teenagers were really into it. They had like a feud, team 1, team 2 sort of thing. I wasn't really included in that, but whatever. There's a lot of speculation that I definitely should have been with one and not the other, but I didn't write the movie. Anyway, so I'm Valora. You are. She holds her
Hello,
hand out.
Alice.
Alice, I
She-
love that name.
Extends
Zeta.
a curtsy and with the shake.
Oh gosh, please don't curtsy. I mean, I can curtsy back.
Oh,
She
no,
like does a little weird,
it's just a habit. I'm so sorry.
I have it. How old are you?
Mm. Oh, lady
Sorry, I
never
shouldn't be
tells.
asking people how old they are. You're
Oh,
right.
don't worry.
I'm so rude. You said Zeta. You're gorgeous.
Yes, hello.
Love everything about you. Obsessed. Do you have a social media account that I can follow? She pulls her phone. Sorry, she doesn't have a phone. She pulls her laptop out. Just a little pocket laptop.
No,
Her phone's
I'm
out anyway.
not really into
don't
the
judge
whole
me.
social media thing.
Really? You're missing out.
No.
Zeta over here's with the urban vibe, if you
Oh, so like
catch
off
my
grid, like
Yeah.
wow.
It's big
So do
with
you,
the young people these days. They're
Is
just
it?
going back to the forest. Yeah.
Oh, I need to hold on. I have to look that up. I have to make a note for that to look that up later because if the kids
Oh,
are
there's
into it, I need.
tiny houses, tiny living, just everything. They live in their vans willingly.
I don't like that.
It's
I'm gonna
quite
look it up. I'm gonna
something.
love it though. I'm gonna love it. I bet. I'm gonna love it.
Mhm.
Didn't say that. Didn't say I didn't like it. I'm gonna love it. So this note again. It didn't say very much. What are we doing here? I just was like, bored. ate some popcorn, threw up, decided that I needed to, decided I should get out of the house so I could stop going on this vicious cycle of trying to eat the same foods all the time. And I can never eat again. Single tear, I'm fine.
You know what? Would you like to talk about that in detail sometime? Like, would you mind? Do you want to change phone numbers, address?
Are you asking me
something.
on a date?
I mean, no.
I mean, I do love
I
going
would
on
never.
I love going
mean,
to the movies and watching movies that I'm not in.
yeah. I mean, I have a cinema in my home.
Oh my gosh. So do I.
Oh, well, it looks like we have so much in common. See, I sense
And
a
now we're
friendship.
on the your place or mine situation, which is back again to the whole potential date situation, which I'm a little bit
Oh.
into. Gotta mark that down. Hold on. Pencil it in. Well, I mean, can I really pencil something in if I'm just typing
Alice.
it in? She's just like looking at her laptop, sort of resting it on her forearm and like typing into it.
Alice.
Well, you see, I have this, and Alice pulls out a mechanical pen, like an electronic pen. I have this, and she pulls out her phone that's a little bit too big for her hand. And then I can just write my notes with this fancy phone pen.
Alice.
Maybe I can get approval to have that. I lost phone privileges when I was going out with Cass, and we got in trouble, and I'm not allowed to have a phone for another
Cass!
2
You know
4 years.
Cass?
So
James
yes,
Castle?
we work together in the same
Oh.
studio. I thought,
Ah, yes, but of
Oh,
course.
cool.
I thought I could
I-
smell him here. It's fine.
Interesting. He
Alice.
failed to mention you.
Your
That's a bit
beast
rude, isn't it?
wants to
That is
talk to
rude.
you.
We'll talk about it later.
Alice.
Sorry, what do you say, Beastie?
She's Camarilla.
Oh, yes, but of course.
So, yeah, we could do like
Anyway,
my house only because I
yeah,
really
we'll
can't.
we'll talk about the details later.
Right, I sense more people here.
Yes,
Right.
Alice points downwards into the ground.
Mhm. Is this
Down
like a setup?
there.
Are you guys here to kill me?
The
Should I leave?
the front door opens and running out is this this beautiful figure running out in a dress that is completely dirty and everything on the bottom of it as it scrapes past the ground. And she opens the gate and just goes, "Ah, yes. Alice, Valora, Zeta."
Babs, it's been too long.
It has
Do I know
been
this
too
person?
long. Valora, you do not, but
Oh my
you
god,
are
who
at
are you
least-
wearing?
You at least know that they're in your faction and that they're Malkavian.
Oh my gosh, who are you wearing? This looks vintage, but also chic, but also boho at the same time. I need to know.
Oh, I have had this since 1952. There
Mm.
was a woman on a date with a man, and I convinced her to come into the woods. She was never seen again.
So probably a Dior then. That would make sense. He like died in 57 or something. That's amazing. I love this. Noting it down, going to Dior. What are we doing here? I don't know you.
Come in. I have things to show all of you. Well, technically not you, Alice, but it will be fun to have you there. I've always loved you.
Oh, you flatter me.
Wow.
Lead on.
So she takes you
Before we
through
get in,
the-
I
go
would
ahead.
like to sense the beast.
Okay. In any particular direction?
Mostly towards our host.
Well, definitely Kindred, definitely Malkavian, and no hunger there right now. seems to be very calm, but mischievous.
Okay. No.
As you are approaching the house, she says, if you came from San Francisco, please wipe your feet.
I wipe my feet.
Then, she opens the door. Both of you, Zeta and Alice, you immediately recognize Lilith sitting in there. The memory that she is undercover and not supposed to be identified as an Anarch agent immediately comes to both of your minds. There's also a very confused and tired looking man in a suit in there. Also Kindred.
Like pull slightly, not like aggressively, but I like pull the little, hopefully shirt sleeve of Alice. Who's that? He's really cute.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I've never met these people.
I like
First time.
the moment you say, I don't know, I do the exact same thing to Zeta. I just shift to the side and I sort of like tug a little bit on your shirt. Do you know who he is?
Nope. No idea. Never saw him.
Fine.
Alice, I'm gonna have you do a roll
Dramatically.
for pretending that you don't know Lilith
Yep.
as well. Gonna do composure and subterfuge.
Alright. Subterfuge. Yep. I have one success.
Okay. Babs stops in her tracks for one moment and then continues. And she goes.
I mean, Valor, I've obviously seen Babs.
Yeah. She goes up to Henry and Lilith and says, "My guests. These are my intruders, Henry and Lilith."
Wait, were the
Intruders?
intruders? Or who?
Well, I didn't invite you.
But you invited
My,
me.
my.
Valora, I invited you a long time ago, and I'm very happy that you are here.
Does that mean that I'm late? Is this like a meeting after the meeting was supposed to happen?
You
And
are
I'm just
about
like
3 months late, as it turns out.
Mm.
But
Fashionably late sounds like it. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
you are more on time than James Castle, however. I keep sending pigeons and ravens to his company, Redstone Media. Never lets them in. A shame.
Maybe that's the letter I got. Is this for him?
No,
I think
that's just
it's-
for you.
I think it's called hostile architecture. Very, very anti-birdie.
Mm.
Have
I hear that they don't like things like pigeons or owls there.
I mean, they taste good.
Have you eaten a pigeon?
Yeah,
Alice
you take it.
looks a bit surprised,
When you
to
throw
say
it
the least.
up,
I mean, my
it's
mind,
easier to
you
go
are
on
full
dates
of...
with humans if you just eat the food. Gosh.
What a pigeon!
I mean, what's... You sound judgmental right now. I'm gonna tweet.
No, I am simply surprised.
Mm.
I'm intrigued, though.
I mean, take
How
me up
did
on
it
the date
happen?
offer. How does what happen? Take the bird? You
How
just-
did how did it go back? What happened? I am so intrigued right now.
That could be a conversation for our date.
Oh, sorry.
Henry, you had
you?
something you wanted to say?
Well, we were invited in
Who invited you?
out on the street. You did.
I did. From what I remember, is you came into my house through a tunnel underground.
You got me there.
Yeah. Whereas these three
It
entered
was-
into my front door.
And it was very, very Nosferatu layer inspired. So wonderful.
Well, thank you.
It is more beautiful than some Zemitzi layers that I have seen. You should be very proud of yourself.
Stellar walls, very firm. Yeah, it was very lovely home.
Listen to me, Tremere. Stand up. I would like you to stand in the center of the room.
Okay.
Ooh.
He does better in the corner.
For once you are right, but I'll do this.
Please, my esteemed guests, have a seat. Anywhere is fine.
Henry's gonna put his head down. He realizes he lost chair privileges.
I will sit where Henry was sitting.
Lilith just casually takes the chair that Valora is about to sit in and pulls it over and then sits down in it.
Oh! That's fine. I'll just sit on top of you.
She growls.
Ooh, I like them feisty. I'm Valora. So I hold her hand out like she sort of, hand fingers down, a little bit of like a prissy handshake type.
Lilith, the smell of Toreador is just overwhelming.
I ask every Toreador, do you have an off button? Because I really want to push it right now.
Like, what do you mean? Like a button that'll get me off? Or...
Like a button that would keep me from ripping your throat out.
Those buttons. No. Unfortunately, you'd have to go through my sire, which would probably, not end well. But that's all right. I can sit on the seat side, the little sit right here. She, leans sort of onto the back of, if you're sitting on the armrest, essentially.
Lilith just
I'm very stubborn.
Lilith just kind of pushes her off, but then points at Alice and goes, I'll let her sit in my lap.
What? Alice looks very puzzled and kind of like, I wanted to sit next to Valora, for I just feel like I have so much to learn from her.
We can sit on the double seat. Is there a double seat around?
There are basically all of these couches that are kind of like somewhat in a semicircle in this living room situation are all love seats.
Yeah, we can sit on that one. And she turns
Alice...
to Lilith and does a little over the shoulder smile that is very Hollywood bad fake. Enjoy that seat. I'm sure it's better. It has the scent of that one over there. I'll sit here. Just plops down on a different seat.
Alice
I'm gonna sit down. Oh,
go on. Sorry.
I'm gonna go to a free couch.
Sounds good.
Where's that out?
Alice is gonna sit on the same couch as Valora, but I'm assuming that now that Valora got rejected, she sat further away from Lilith, so
Yes.
Alice sat between them.
Okay.
If you
Yeah.
catch my drift. Yeah.
If it's a circle, I went from 180
Yeah.
to 180, those points. Yeah. All the way
Yeah,
over the other
exactly. Yeah. I read that correct. Perfect. Yeah.
side.
So, please draw your attention to this Tremere, a Tremere acolyte.
Mm.
Tell us your name.
Henry?
I like that name. It's a good name. I find it interesting that you invited yourself over here. I invited Valora. I invited Zeta, and I implied that Alice could also join us. You brought in your self-appointed attack dog, this gangrel here. But you came here of your own desire, of your own interest. You wanted to be here. Why'd you come here?
Well,
Alice
because
looks
I-
like a kid in a candy store, just so I'll understand. She is so excited to hear this answer. She's like watching a movie. That's the most interesting thing she's ever seen.
I feel like the opposite. I am the candy in the store. Well, because I seek knowledge and wisdom, and I've been told that you are you contain multitudes of both. And first off, attack dog is a very strong term. Second off,
No, it's not.
I didn't know she'd be here, so I mean, that's a mystery for all parties. But I just wanted to swap notes, share, back and forth. This can be a two-way street, or maybe more of a tutelage thing. Whatever works. Whatever works.
Did the Chantry send you?
If I say yes, is that gonna hurt my odds? If I say no, will you, share a few things with me?
An interesting response already. I want you to answer how you would answer.
Henry lets out a big sigh. If I were to answer, but I am me, but I have to answer how you would think that I would think that I answer.
Perhaps this is too complicated for you, Tremere.
Mm-hmm.
What
No.
I want you to do is tell me why you are here. If the Chantry sent you for answers, I want to know that. If you came here for answers, I want to know that. If you are
What?
here on the behest of someone else, I wish to know. If you are here for career gain, I want to know. If you are here for your own acceleration of knowledge, that I would also want to know.
Well, it's always about knowledge, so obviously the last one.
And what of the others?
Well, knowledge is, it's a path to all of those things that you had listed before, rank, but that's all secondary to the knowledge itself. I'd be lying to you if I said that what I could potentially learn here wouldn't be useful later down the line.
Henry, seated in front of you, you have Zeta, a young gangrel, an anarch. You have Alice, an older Malkavian, also an anarch. What do you think about the anarchs?
Well, most days I try not to. I mean, nothing against them personally, just, I don't know, not as efficient of a machine as the Camarilla, I suppose. So naturally some friction there. But you know, that's all we are. We're just parts of machines here.
Babs, may I?
Please.
Oh no.
Just out of curiosity, I'm trying to learn a perspective here. Machines have a function, no?
Yeah.
What would you say is the function of the Camarilla?
To keep order and make sure that we are, not wholesale slaughtered or things devolve into utter anarchy. Which I thought was common knowledge, but I suppose.
No, I just wanted to hear your side of it. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Ugh, imagine just, I guys could not imagine just spending all of your life. It's like someone trying to my job in this universe is to make sure gravity keeps gravitating. It's like, my goodness.
Is that a thing?
I guess so. I mean,
How does gravity?
right? They've been thinking about that for a while now. But the latest thought is that actually gravity is not gravitating. It's just the mass of an object that,
I'm over this science thing.
Henry, what do you think about this conversation about gravity?
I'm not shocked in the slightest.
Of course.
No, we're talking about gravity, not electricity. Keep up, boy.
I'm just gonna stare at the ceiling for a little bit. Maybe I'll wake up.
I have something for you, Henry.
Henry's eyes get wide. Maybe it's a chair. Maybe it's what I came here for. But could be
Chair.
good.
Poor man.
And Babs goes over to Alice and says, "My dear, might I borrow a bit of your blood?"
Storyteller,
Mm-hmm.
can I see a reason not to? How well do I know Babs? I mean, we're both, we're both Malkavians, but I mean, she is an emissary, but
the blood is powerful. Things could be done, but off the top of your head, you can't think of anything that your blood could be used to do, other than like blood bonds or something.
and that wouldn't be basically anything bad for me personally.
No,
Yeah. Well, in good faith to the emissary themselves, I'm thinking, what do you just a moment, Babs theory, please do.
yes.
What do you think? It's ours, not just mine. I would hate to, I'd hate to without your input as well. We are a team after all.
I just hope that we get fed afterwards.
Yeah, true. I mean, if the story is to be heard, there apparently is something around that could help us with that, but how do you think do you think this will see as trying to, extend our, how would you say, courtesy from one faction to another?
I'm curious to see what will happen.
See, me too. That is the issue that our team has. Just too much, maybe just enough. You know what? Thank you, Beastie.
You are welcome.
Yes, Babs. I would like to extend my courtesy to you officially. Yes, how would you like to go about it?
She smiles and grabs a small little bowl and puts it in front of you. Holding it out, inviting you to bleed into it.
Mm-hmm. Can I do a tiniest little bit? Just like do a little bite on the arm, hand, something? Just squeeze a little bit
Certainly,
out?
just a little.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you put in that blood, she approaches Valora and says, Valora,
Yes.
may I have some of your blood?
Why?
It's a surprise.
I don't like surprises. Every time someone tries to throw me a surprise party or surprise gifts or surprise anything, it's always disappointing. Just tell me what it is.
The only person who has anything to fear is Henry. Don't worry.
Well, I'm not scared. I just don't like surprises. If you're insinuating that I'm scared, then you're too scared to tell me what it is.
The Toreador is too scared to deliver blood. Would you like mine instead, since you already asked?
I will require your blood for a different reason. Don't worry.
Are you making me something cool?
No, I am
There's
making
probably
Henry
popcorn
something
kernels
cool.
in it, but you can have some.
Good.
There we go. That's the spirit. Isn't this exciting?
To give blood? No.
Yes. Well, have you ever
I
had something
mean-
like this before?
No.
See? Exciting. Aren't
Most
you
of
inspired?
by what?
Adventure.
Adventure?
The mystery of everythingness.
I'm
Intrigued,
inspired
maybe?
by your intrigue in this.
Ah.
But otherwise, I just feel like I'm giving blood to save lives when that's a human job.
A kindred kin, then.
It's not.
It makes
Oh.
sense.
I'll be a blood bank, but only for a minute.
Lilith, just with a loud sigh of frustration, just kind of like throws herself over the chair where she's literally kind of like sitting almost upside down in the chair with her feet over the, basically going over the back and her head almost on the floor, like she's literally sitting upside down, and visible signs of frustration from the conversation.
Babs smiles and appreciates Valora's donation of blood.
I'm feeling faint.
She takes the small little pot, small little bowl, I should say, and brings it over to this small little table. She opens up a drawer in it and pulls out a jar that almost looks like a pepper shaker and starts sprinkling things into the blood. And then takes out a leaf of something, crumples it up, and lets the particles fall into the bowl as well. Then takes a what appears to be the pestle part of this mortar and pestle and starts to swirl it all together. Then she grabs another small little jar, pours some sort of black fluid into it, just a tiny bit though, and then mixes it up and hands it to Henry. Just says, "You want knowledge? Drink this."
Go to college. I mean, drink that.
Say no more. Do I get any, feelings from holding this? Anything weird? Well, weirder than what has already been established. I'm probably going to drink it anyway, but...
You can tell that some sort of potion has been brewed, but you don't know anything more than that. But
Right, well,
a Malkavian shouldn't be able to do this. Shouldn't have the knowledge of how to do this.
oh, that's something. All right, let's take a nice big sip of this.
All right. As it goes down your throat, you hear your beast call out and go, "Oh, what have you done to me?" And its voice starts to die out and fade out and go away. It has a
Wait.
pleading sound to it.
Did I finish the drink?
No?
Oh. What did you just have me drink? What's in
Drink
this?
up. There's more.
I mean, it has my blood in it, so it might be kind of good.
On the other hand, I've never experienced anything like this, right?
No.
The beast is normally, well, what kind of pursuer of knowledge would I be if I didn't tread these new grounds? Yeah, bottoms up. Let's keep going.
All right.
Yay!
Eventually,
In my past, we called this the Valdery, and everybody would partake. Party! Drinks everywhere! Bottoms up!
Wait, like a real party or like a blood party? Like everyone gives each other blood?
Henry,
Or
you
everyone's
feel your
drinking.
beast almost get completely silent. You don't feel the beast's presence anymore. And suddenly, you feel weak. Your legs start giving out from under you. I need you to roll strength athletics.
All right. Oh. Okay. 2 entire dice.
Yeah, baby. Don't roll hunger.
Oh, okay. I have 2 successes, a 6 and an 8.
Oh, cool. You manage to stay on your own feet, but you feel dizzy.
Can I have a chair yet?
Make one more roll real quick.
Same thing.
No, this is going to be stamina and survival.
Oh my god. All right. One.
Bet you're
one
great at
dice.
those.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Frequently outside and surviving. All right. Let's.
Yeah.
I got a 6.
There you go. Yeah, you grow pale. You do not feel good. This is a feeling you haven't felt in a long time. Like you're sick.
Oh.
Before you sit down, though, I will have everyone else roll, just wits and awareness. Everyone else, wits and awareness.
As per usual.
I have 1 success.
Okay.
Successes.
You roll a blood die for that too.
Yes.
Okay.
1 success.
0 success. I'm busy.
What'd you get, Lilith? Sorry?
5 successes.
There you go. So, Babs comes over to you, Henry, and lets you sit down. And seats you next to Zeta. And Valora? Zeta? Well, actually, not Valora. Zeta, Alice, something has changed about Henry. He smells yummy. That changed. Lilith, if you didn't know any better, the Tremere sitting there is just a mortal. A regular Kine sitting here amidst Kindred.
Why does everyone look so amazed right now? Did I miss something? Did I miss taking a picture? Any posts on socials?
Immediately narrows her eyes and, in a very wolfish way, starts sniffing in Henry's direction.
Henry, what do you want to do? Eat, drink, have sex? What do people do?
Sex?
Oh.
Yeah, people have sex.
I mean, I'm saying I'm interested in that, yes.
Henry, you just feel weak, like recovering from a bad cold kind of weak. No cough or sneeze, but the other things.
Lilith, can you fan something towards me? I'm not doing so hot. So, or maybe find me a crossword puzzle. I'm not. Can we all stop looking at me?
I don't know. You smell kind of tasty.
Really?
Hold on now. Listen, you're supposed to be protecting me or whatever. We didn't even get that sorted out, but you can.
Wait, why
stop
would you
looking at
smell
me that way.
tasty? I don't smell anything.
Valora, I have, for a brief moment, brought Henry into life again.
Ew.
Not unlife. Not kindred. Not vampire. Not undead.
He's a human.
Human.
Why?
Henry's gonna immediately feel for a pulse on himself.
You don't feel it.
Lilith's just circling like a wolf that smells food.
Mm-hmm.
She
Laura,
might be licking her very wolfish face chops.
One of the reasons I wanted to invite you here, Valora, is because, first of all, Henry will not remember what you have to say while he's in this state. Secondly, his guard dog hasn't given me the impression that she cares. Why aren't you happy in the Camarilla? I'm sure that your Anarch friend would love to know.
Wait, you're not happy? What is it, Valora?
I didn't know that this was an option. How many times can this be done?
Can what be done, Valora?
Can you like just go back to being a human? Because then I can like watch TV and like eat popcorn and like not throw up.
Oh, Valora, I can give you so many things.
This sounds suspicious, but I'm here for it if I can have some semblance of my old life. She kind of like sits up a little bit more.
You will be able to eat as you will. You
I
will
call
be
that-
able to go out into the sun sometimes.
Ugh.
You will be able to enjoy what it feels like when a warm fire is near you. You won't be afraid. You will simply be able to feel how good it feels.
So what's the
Smell
catch?
the
I'm
air.
feeling like there's a catch here. Like you're gonna say, but you have to shave your head, or like, but you have to work for me for the rest of time, or like, what's the catch here?
You are perceptive and you understand our culture well.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We'll get back to what you will owe me.
Ugh. A cliffhanger.
I have a question for Zeta. What do you
Okay.
think about what I have done to Henry?
It's weird, and I don't understand it.
Do you like it?
I like the smell, but I wouldn't want that. No.
What do you think about the Camarilla?
They are souls who try to stay in power.
Is that all you see?
Yeah.
You are young, Zeta. But in the future, you will see a need for the Camarilla. Lilith, I know that you are currently deciding whether or not you want to have a bite of what promises to be very interesting blood, but this concerns you as well. I have a question for you. And whatever you say, I will assume that you are being honest. What do you think about the Camarilla?
You want to know my opinion of the Camarilla?
Intimately.
She reaches over and she just kind of like runs her fingers through Henry's hair. My view of the Camarilla is based on the sect and the faction in which I was brought into unlife. I see them for what they are. Elders manipulating the young, holding on to power while willingly and enthusiastically sacrificing their own children, throwing kindred lives away, ignoring the real threat to our society. You want to know how I view the Camarilla? I am only here as a necessity, because right now I have nowhere else to turn to. And she just kind of like glares over at Zeta and Alice. But I will say this. The Anarchs are closer to my true feelings about the Camarilla than anything that the Camarilla could ever provide. Does that satisfy you?
Very. Henry, make a, well, unless you're enjoying what's happened to you, perhaps you would like to do essentially a saving throw against your condition.
I am miserable, so yeah, I would like to. Henry would like to give it the old college try.
Yeah,
what do I gotta
roll good ol' resolve and survival.
Okay, so roll and resolve. That's what you're telling me. All right.
I bet you're great at those.
Yeah.
Honestly, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I got one. Does this include hunger?
It does not.
Oh, okay, then I got 2 successes. I got 2 9s.
Okay. You're starting to be able to cope with the changes that have happened to you. You become more aware and more conscious. But you still feel like you haven't felt in a long time. You feel warmth in your skin.
Oh. Do I feel like tired or like?
You do feel tired.
Do I normally feel tired? Is that a normal?
No, not for Kindred.
Oh. This is a disaster. Oh, this has so many drawbacks. Henry, awful lot of opinions on what has happened to Henry in this room. When do I get to chime in? Babs.
As a matter of fact, I was about to get to you. What do you think about the Camarilla? And before you answer, know that I am one of the people in the Camarilla held in the highest regard.
Well.
I'm
mean,
one
as
held
I-
in the lowest.
As I said before, I mean, the Camarilla's the most efficient machine we got. Without the Camarilla, this all falls apart. I mean, the Anarchs can, they do good occasionally, but why not just finally get on the winning team, organize more? I don't see the point. So, yeah, I mean, I've already elaborated on this earlier. Do I get to go back to normal now?
Soon.
Yes.
Alice, I have a question for you.
Yes, of course, Babs.
I don't want to know what you think about the Camarilla. You have had a century to think about that, and you continue to be an anarch. I want to know about Zeta. Do you think that Zeta is naive or wise for their age?
Well, I mean, the same question could be asked from anyone and about anything. And what does it truly even matter? I mean, I can give you my 2 cents on the matter. However, do I consider myself even wise or not to my age? I couldn't even answer that one, let alone about another kin entirely that I've only known for so long. I couldn't even probably tell this about my own sire. Maybe I could I? I don't know. It's a difficult question. What do
Not
you
an
think?
easy one. I think that Zeta is very naive. But I remember feeling the same way that Zeta did when I was their age. Lilith, if you wish to participate more in what we are doing here, I'm going to insist. And once again, she holds out her arm. Drink. You will not be put in a blood bond.
What is it then, if I may ask? Just curious.
I want, since Lilith declined an offer earlier that I made to drink from her, perhaps she would like to drink from me.
Takes the arm and looks at Babs and goes, "What if we drank together?" and holds her own arm out.
Sounds intimate.
I'm offering, but I will take you up on your offer. And she reaches down and bites into the offered arm.
All right. This knowledge is something that only Lilith knows. Lilith, you taste the blood. You are taken back 90 years, and you see Babs almost entirely different, crawling out of the ground, insane, twisted, mad, coming up through San Francisco, biting the closest person possible, doing so, drinking their blood, and moving on to the next, and doing the same thing. It flashes forward to allegiance that she swears to a bishop that you know that is still in charge of the Sabbat. Further, it shows her assassinating a member of the Camarilla. It shows her destroying someone else. An anarch. And then it shows her diablerizing a Malkavian. She does this and approaches Prince Vannevar Thomas. She claims that she has been Camarilla all along. She claims that she is newly blooded, a fledgling. And she says that she will do anything she can. It shows her giving information to the Sabbat during the last war. It shows her remaining undercover, deep undercover. It shows her name, formed to be undercover. But you do not see what her name was before it became Babs. To many, she was always Babs. But to her, she's always been Sabbat. After you've had a drink and you pull your fangs away, she has had her drink and she looks back at you and she says, "How very interesting."
Yes. Interesting indeed. Perhaps I have been a bit hasty in some of my condemnations. And she just sits back down and there is a visible change over her as she is processing all of this.
Once you sit down, Babs licks the wounds closed on her and then turns to Valora and says, "Please, come, join me. I would like to do something with you."
Oh. Well, what kind of thing do you want to do? Because I do have a thing to get to.
I have a gift.
I do like gifts, but I don't like surprise gifts. We just talked about this.
It is a
Fine.
book.
Ew. Okay, fine.
No. It's not that kind of a book. This book is important, sentimental to me. I want you to have this book, and you don't have to read it. I don't care if you do. But I want you to hold on to it. Don't show anyone in the Camarilla that you have it.
Why?
Because what I am going to propose to all of you is that we work together. Alice, Zeta, Valora, Lilith. Not you, Henry. I have no idea why you are here.
Look.
To take down the Camarilla and replace it with a prince of our own. Because I believe that Prince Vannevar Thomas has failed us, and another prince will be here to declare praxis soon, but will need support.
And you think I can help with this?
I ask you because I know that you, unlike many other members of the Camarilla, are disappointed in the way that Prince Vannevar Thomas has led the Camarilla. And I would like you to help me. I want to know who else might be willing to turn their back on the prince, to support a better, more fair, more reasonable, more understanding prince who can take care of all of us, but not under the boot of pure fear.
Well, now I'm interested. Do I know them?
I don't care who they are. If Vannevar Thomas is overthrown, I want to be there. I want to see his humiliation in his final moments, like he humiliated me in front of his court.
I heard about that. It is a bit interesting that you are here, given the circumstances. And Zeta, what do you think of this plan?
I'm intrigued by getting rid of the prince, but I don't know about having a new prince. Sounds just like... yeah, like the same as before. Like, Kindred are power hungry, and if somebody is gonna be a prince, they want to keep on to that power. Why not completely get rid of the prince?
You are young, Zeta, and I do not wish this upon you. But soon, you will understand why we are important. And when you do, please remember that you will always have me as a friend.
Looks over and goes, "You've read my blood. You've tasted it. You know where my true allegiances lie."
I do. Henry, how are you feeling?
How am I feeling? Am I still feeling
Still
like
pretty lethargic.
I've been better, and I think I'm hearing things I shouldn't be hearing.
I just have a question for you.
Okay.
What do you think about Prince Vannevar Thomas?
You know, much like the Anarchs, I try not to think about them.
Then what does he think of you?
It seems like it's mutual. He forgot my name instantly, so after I told him, but, you know. He did let me stand next to his throne, though, when Lilith was walking like a dog in front of it, which, you know, I don't know, probably a little neutral. Henry's eyes are going to kind of scan the room here.
It is giving him a be very careful with your words.
I was just gonna say, Alice throws a, "Oh really?"
Yeah.
look at Lilith, like a whoop, whoop.
It is very clear the look that
Yeah.
Lilith is giving Henry right now.
He could be better. It pains me to say it. Might not be the best. Yeah, but
In
who
what
am
sense?
who am I to be a
No,
judge
but
of
it's your opinion. That's all we're asking. So, in
Oh.
what sense better? What do you mean by that? Do you want him to be more studious? Do you want him to be more patron of the arts? What do you want more of?
Oh,
Exactly.
art? I mean, I've never. Now, this is a serious accusation, but I don't know if I've ever seen him holding a book. So, yeah, the prince is not great. Looking around for approval. Am I sweating? Can I sweat now?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, oh. I'm gonna, yeah. You know what? I gotta muster up some courage here. The prince is not good.
Wow, those are some strong words.
Valora.
I will pat Henry on the
Yes.
back.
I'm a little jumpy. I jump.
Valora, I know that your schedule is tight.
Yes.
I wish to give you one last offer.
I mean, you already gave me this wonderful book and took my blood. Do you have something for
Yes.
actually like me now, or more for you? But like,
Do you
it's like when
see
someone buys a
how-
gift for someone else, and
Do
they
you see
just
how Henry here is feeling more human than he has in a long time? You expressed interest in that.
yes. I don't want to sweat though. That looks gross.
If you
You
want,
look gross.
If you
Just
want
directly
that,
at Henry.
yeah. If you want that, then you will owe me a boon.
Whose?
Yours.
Well, everything I have is through Roman, so I don't know what you're expecting from me.
I will take you on your word.
Well, that sounds nice. Someone believing the things I say. Hashtag retweet. Yeah, I feel you. Okay.
Please, consider what I have told you. And have a good evening. She walks over to the door and opens it for you.
I stand up and I sort of like look at Alice. I'm like, I'll be expecting our date. Zeta, adorable. Love the look. You're wonderful. Excited to see you again. Everything about you is perfect. Henry, seen better days. A little less sweaty next time, maybe. I didn't catch your name. I'll miss you the most. At Lilith.
Lilith just snaps her teeth like a dog at Laura, but then does a winky kissy face at her.
Winky kissy face back as she like kicks up her back leg, like kicking up her dress, and then goes for the door.
Yeah, arms outstretched. Book.
It was a gift for me, sweaty.
And I believe Valora departs.
I am leaving.
Other players, Jen has to get going. But hope that you all had fun playing with Jen, because I think it was everyone else's first
Absolutely.
time.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Valora is amazing.
We
Like
have
I roll up, flirt with people, take a book, and go back to my secret movie making life.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you
Maybe
very
some
much, Jen.
popcorn later. Puke it
Thank
up.
you for inviting me. This
Of
was fun.
course.
See you guys later. Proceed with Babette.
Bye-bye.
amazing Jen.
Mwah.
So, Valora exits. Babs shuts the door behind and locks it. And then brings a vial out from one of the pockets on this dress that seems to have been hastily sewn in, and holds it out for Henry. It says, "This will bring you back."
And
Oh,
only
done
this.
so soon.
Not only this, you will eventually return to your state, but this will bring you back immediately.
How long would it take? Like,
Perhaps another hour.
oh, an hour?
I
don't
didn't
suppose
give you
you're
a
gonna-
very potent sample.
Mhm. And I suppose I don't get the vial if I choose to ride this out, do I?
Actually, you would. It is a gift.
Hmm. I wish to experience the side effects of this, as awful as this feels. We must do this for knowledge. Wiping the sweat off of my face. I'll just put the vial in a pocket of mine.
However, if you accept that gift, you must accept another one.
Okay, now hold on.
And she
I'll
grabs
take the
the
vial out.
same book that she gave Valora, another copy.
I put the vial back in my pocket again.
This she holds out and says, "This is the Book of Nod."
Now, does that mean anything to Henry?
I'd like
Would
you to
he-
roll for it. Do
Okay.
I would like to.
intelligence awareness. You would like to also? Yeah, it's
I would like to
intelligence
say
awareness.
no.
I think that her would
Yeah,
never know
Lilith
of
should
that.
absolutely know what the Book of
Lilith,
Nod
you
is.
know what it is. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Does
And
this
I
involve
definitely
hunger?
don't.
Yeah, Zeta, you can also. Anybody who wants to know intelligence awareness.
All right. And does it involve hunger?
Not yet. Not for you, Henry.
Oh yeah, that's right. Take that, losers. I'm sweating.
Yes.
All right, I got 2 successes.
I also got 2.
I got 3.
Okay. Zeta and Henry, you've heard it discussed before. It's a Sabbat book, and therefore, Henry, you understand it as ultra forbidden knowledge, decapitated if you are caught with it book. Zeta, you understand it as, oh, that's that, like, the Bible, but for people in the Sabbat kind of thing, as it was explained to you. Alice, that is what it is. It is the Bible of the Sabbat, essentially. It is their holy book. And the Camarilla have gone through great efforts to try to destroy every single copy of it. They do not want anyone to have that book. It is maintained as a thing of secrecy, a secret that if other kindred were reading about could jeopardize the power that the elders have. And that's the kind of book that it is.
My, are you handing these to everyone?
Would you like one, Alice?
I mean, of course. But what would it cost me?
You? Nothing. Just a consideration
Oh.
of my offer. And I would
I will
appreciate it
accept.
if you would encourage
Oh.
Zeta to take it as well.
What will it cost them?
Taking this book is a sign that you are at the very least not my enemy in my endeavors.
I will. So here's the thing. Babs. I really appreciate the offer. However, how I operate on a general level is that I try to keep everyone around me in charge of their own opportunities and also alliances. For it feels I feel, but I suppose I feel about it almost like a psychotherapist would feel about their clients. It is not right for me to tell them what to do. I can simply offer them guidance on how to navigate whatever they're navigating. If
I
you catch my
understand.
drift.
Of course,
Yes.
I understand.
So,
I wish that more clans would speak as clearly as we do.
yes. That we can very much agree on. I would love to have that book. I would love to add it to my collection of wonderful things that I have in my mansion. Very much so. But
Zeta, will you
if that is
accept my
okay with
offer?
you,
I have no reason to decline it.
Very good. And she does, in fact, give you the book and says, Lilith, if you want one, you may also have one.
Alice is very
Lilith
interested. Sorry.
will take one. Lilith will take one. But she looks at her host and says, a copy is always nice to have, but the
Indeed.
pact priests always ensures that we know the words by heart. I thank you for this gift.
I understand. Henry, will you be accepting my offer? You stand the most to lose, but also the most to gain.
A really quick storyteller question. Did
Yes.
he hear anything about the memory, like not remembering this conversation?
You heard that, yeah?
Okay. I'll accept this gift of knowledge.
Alice chuckles at him. Like he's a reluctancy to accept, even though she knew at her core that he would love it.
So I'm not loving much of anything right now, but yeah, this is what I came here for, I guess. And you said this would this could get me killed if I got found out having it.
Are you asking the storyteller?
Storyteller, yeah.
Yes, they would be like, you have the Book of Nod. Where'd you get that from? We are going to torture you until you tell us, and then when you tell us, we will kill you.
Oh, like zero tolerance.
Yeah.
Oh.
Storyteller, what about Anarchs? I mean, we're not Camarilla, so.
Anarchs, either have like the Book of Nod? Okay. Or they're like, what the fuck? Why do you have the Book of Nod? But ultimately, they'd ask and give you a chance to explain yourself. And some of them just wouldn't care. A lot of the Anarchs don't even know what the fuck it is.
Yep.
All right, yeah. Henry will accept it still.
All right.
Plus, also, I was also going to say, with a bunch of the Anarchs having come from the Sabbat, there's probably copies floating around.
With that, she smiles, and she actually goes and sits on the couch next to Henry, and actually leans on Henry's shoulders. She goes, That's pretty brave. As a Camarilla accepting the Book of Nod. I appreciate that.
Henry's gonna force a very uncomfortable smile. And I appreciate this gift. Both of these gifts. You've been a very gracious host.
I don't often do this. In fact, I have not done this to any Tremere. Don't particularly like Tremere. But I will offer you information, spells, alchemy, things like that. To you, exclusively. Assuming that you will keep this a secret.
Cross my heart.
Good.
I mean, they will cross your heart if they ever, you know.
Is my heart beating now? Is that...
No, it's not
can I
beating
tell?
still.
Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, and at the mention of exclusivity, like, definitely Henry perks up. Like, we're talking. You know, he might look like he's sweating buckets right now, and his suit is drenched, but this day might be okay. We might break even.
So that brings me to my last thing that I wanted to do here. Zeta, I have a game for you.
A game?
A game. I specifically
kind of
designed
game?
this game for you.
I'm interested.
I thought you would be. She then snaps her fingers. And coming from upstairs is a man. A mortal. He walks down the stairs and he looks scared. He is also sweating, but it is a cold sweat. Afraid. His clothing is drenched in it. You can see on his hands that he has grooves that illustrate that he has been chained. He has marks on him that show that he has been beaten. He has cuts along his body. And he comes down the stairs and he seems to almost not be wanting to. Like his legs are betraying him. But there's nothing he can do. He stands next to Babs. He then holds out his hand. He seems shocked that he is doing it, as though he cannot stop himself. She takes out a knife and cuts a hole into his arm and collects the blood to pool into his hand. She then offers it to you, Zeta, and says, "Drink."
I will reluctantly take a sip.
When you take a sip of this blood, you see who this person was or is. He is a professor at a community college. He teaches at the college physical geography. He has lots of hours opening for tutoring. He's married. Doesn't have a child, but has been married for about 20 years. Loving wife. A good person. A good man. He is 2 years away from retirement. All his life, he has fought a good fight to be trying to get broader, more comprehensive education at the high school level. She then takes the rest of the blood on her fingers and brings them down her face, leaving these long, bloody finger marks alongside her. She then snaps her fingers again, and he drops to his knees, still shaking, still trembling, still looking horrified, but not saying a word. She says, "Zeta, this man is going to die. I would like you to pick how that happens. If you do not, then I will supply the Camarilla with all the information they need about Mandy's haven, Mandy's activity as a spy, what Mandy does for the Anarchs, and an easy way to find her anytime they want. If you do manage to take care of this man, note, he does not have to be slain, but he cannot come out of this still mortal, if you understand. I will ensure that Mandy's ban in the Camarilla territory is lifted, and she can be free to go wherever she wishes to go in the Bay Area once again. This decision I leave to you, but you may consult with the other kindred here if you wish. She then sits down in an old-timey chair near the stairs, crosses her legs, and looks anxiously at you, Zeta.
A storyteller, real fast.
Yes.
Can I ask a question about Babs?
Yes.
So, obviously Alice knows them for a while, and also they are an emissary. Is it an emissary of like the Camarilla or something else?
She is a part of the Camarilla.
Yeah.
And she came from some other faction, but you don't know what it is. But she speaks basically almost like an ambassador role kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, given the context clues, she gave us the Book of Nod, and also
Yeah.
they had a moment with Lilith.
Mm-hmm.
Alice is able to deduct some things
Yeah.
as a educated guess, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But what is there something specific that Alice would know about Babs, like their connections within the Camarilla, other than now learning about this whole dethrone the prince?
You just know that she's a respected Malkavian in the Camarilla.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Henry's gonna like kind of nudge Lilith. Who's Mandy? Why is Mandy so important?
Alice chuckles at Henry's question.
Lilith leans over and just says, "A very hot owl."
This doesn't matter. I'm not going to remember any of this anyway. I'm just going to crack open the book and start. Oh, I'm going to forget that too. I'll crack it open anyway.
Studying for just the joy of studying? My.
That way you can read it twice for the first time.
Yeah.
A rare opportunity.
Just like every Tremere.
Well, Zeta, quite the pickle. I suppose now we know what we're here, huh? And what we learned earlier, and how it all connects and such. My biggest question is, Babs, is there a time limit on this decision, if you will?
You have until the sun rises, of course.
Yes, naturally. Does it have to? Sorry.
I think I should just get this over with.
I mean, I know a way that we can do what's required and possibly give Mr. Professor here a chance. Not a big one, but a chance. And she just smiles very, very wolfishly.
Zeta, what does your personal feeling say about this whole situation?
I really don't want the Camarilla to find out that stuff about Mandy.
Yeah.
And her being able to go out again would also be very nice.
Yes.
This
also,
guy
I mean,
lived a good life.
Something to also consider with me not being able to return to Anarch territory right now, Mandy being able to transit into Camarilla territory could be very helpful, considering what I am being asked.
Oh, wait. We're talking openly now. Right.
Yeah. He knows that Henry is gonna forget.
I'll just give a little wave.
All
Wave. None of this matters. I'm not here.
Henry, read your book.
Lilith, how do you do? I take it you had quite the introduction with, or well, quite the moment with Prince. From what I gathered about the daggers you were sending from your eyeballs. The villa is so clean without you.
Yeah, we need to do something because it's insufferable. I mean, and she literally just points over at Henry.
I'm reading my book.
I mean, I don't know. He doesn't seem that bad. He seems quite interesting, to be honest. Not in the you're interesting kind of way, Lilith, obviously, but like in a dry, gray kind of interesting.
Thank you.
I say we take her up on her offer. I have reason to trust her.
Mm-hmm. I'll take a word from it, Lilith.
I will go to the professor's ear and whisper to him, "So sorry you had to go through this." And then I will stick my fangs into his neck and drain him.
right. As you drain him, you feel your beast satisfied. Yes. Thank you, Zeta. I craved this. And you can drop to 0 hunger as the man eventually goes limp, collapses on the floor, drained of all blood. Time for Zeta, you're going to take a stain on your humanity for that one. Like, I knew that you already knew that, but like...
Yes.
And Babs goes, "You really do care about your sire. It will be done. Do not worry. I am a Malkavian of my word." Well, these are all the party festivities that I had planned. Everyone, please, get the fuck out of my house.
Thank you for having us. Quite the gathering. Let's do it again sometime.
Indeed.
Toodaloo. Alice
Lily
says as she just springs up and starts marching towards
Mm-hmm.
the front
I
exit.
will growl towards Babs and then also leave without saying any further word.
For sure. That makes sense.
I'll go for a handshake.
No, you keep
Lily-
sitting. You keep sitting, Henry.
Oh, okay.
Lilith will give Babs a knowing look and a
Mhm.
nod. And she will just kind of like reach over towards Henry's collar to like start pulling him towards the door.
But I'm
Now
still sitting.
leave this one with me for a moment, Lilith.
Oh,
As you wish.
Have a good
Hey.
evening.
Lilith turns and catches up to Alice and Zeta and follows them out the door.
Let's do that scene first. Lilith, Zeta, and Alice on their way out from the property.
Is Sam here? What do you guys think?
He had stuff to do.
Oh,
Yeah.
a pity. But he would have loved this. Well, she
quite
obviously
sure
wants.
I'm quite sure that Sam will eventually hear of this. There's not much that he does not hear about.
True, true. What do you guys think Babs is truly after? Do you think it truly is to replace the prince? Who is the replacement prince? And also, what does she get from it?
Just kind of smiles and goes, I trust her.
Anyway, yeah, about that. I mean, obviously, I know you are worthy of your word, Lilith. But is that what I think it is, that you trust her? And she kind of like does a little slight gesture where she like holds the book a little tighter that she's carrying out. You know, that was quite the festivity with it. I mean, Henry did with the soup and all that.
Alice, you worried about a possible betrayal of your betrayal?
Sorry, can you say that again? Because I think you cut out a little bit.
Hey, Alice, are you worried about a potential betrayal of your betrayal?
Oh, of course not.
I told Tenorio I would help him. I gave him my word. I
Of course.
am.
I'm just curious as all. If you cannot simply say so, Lilith, dear. I hold no grudge against you.
I will say this. I have no ill intentions to the Anarchs.
I wouldn't think any less of you. Like, I think, what I mean is, sorry, that came out like half the sentence and half another one, and it's just merged in my brain. And what I mean is, I wouldn't think you wanted to, if that makes sense. Like, I see no point in you trying to harm the Anarchs, to be quite frank. We do not go against your... Well, a lot of the times we do not go against what you seem to be standing for, so... I must say, I am glad to see you today. Even in poor spirits.
Good to see you as well, because this is infuriating. Zeta,
Yeah? What?
tell your dear sire that I absolutely miss her and that hopefully I can see her soon to give her hello and tell her I miss her in person. And with that, Lilith is just going to shift into wolf form and run off into whatever cover she can find.
Well, there she goes. Zeta, I must ask you, are you quite alright? With what just happened inside, I don't take stuff like that lightly when it comes to youngins. I'm here to talk.
I'm not alright. Killed an innocent man. He was doing good for everyone.
Ah. I would be lying if I said that I had answers to the age-old question of whether it is better to follow the good of individual versus the good of everyone. But it is often at times like that that our true character is tested. And take no shame in your answers that you might find from yourself. Stay true to who you are. That is the best advice I can give.
Thank you, Alice.
Well, now, on a more practical matters, would you like to come back to my villa just to sit for a while, or would you like to head back your own
No.
way?
I wanna be alone.
I understand. You know where to find me. Anytime.
Yes. Okay. See you, Alice. And I will also
Take
turn
care,
into
Zeta.
wolf and take off.
Well-
Let us. Oh, go ahead.
I suppose I'll just text James then. He must be around.
Let us go to the scene inside. Henry, you are now kind of pushed against the wall by this Malkavian, and you realize that your kindred strength is no longer there and resembles more that of a mortal, as you find yourself held down by almost impossible strength. She goes, well, well. A Tremere in my house. I never thought I would see the day. What was it that actually brought you here? Who told you to come here?
The Chantry did tell me that you had wisdom to offer, but you wouldn't talk to any of the esteemed higher-ups. So here I am, a grunt, looking for crumbs around here. And he just kind of puts his hands up. It's all I got. No ulterior motives.
You are leaving here with a vial of blood alchemy. The Book of Nod. And a promise to teach you more. Would you like more forbidden knowledge, my dear Henry?
Of course. But there's a catch, isn't there?
She sharpens one of her fingers. It elongates slightly. And she digs it into the side of your head. And this time, you feel pain.
Is
You
this
would-
part necessary?
You would take one one damage from this, but it would just recover from next session, so it's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
Go right into your head, and she goes, "You're going to remember everything you heard tonight."
Oh. Okay. I mean, thank you. Thank you for letting me keep my memory.
Mm-hmm. And if you tell anyone anything that you heard tonight, you will face not only a second death, but you will become so well acquainted with Oblivion and the race. You will be indistinguishable from a kindred soul. You feel
noted.
her nail carving something into the side of your head. And
Henry screwed his teeth.
she smiles and says, "Don't let anyone see you with this mark on the side of your head. If they do, they'll know, and they will ask questions. Tomorrow, when you wake up from the day sleep, it will not be there, and therefore it will not need to be hidden. But you will still remember. You may do with that knowledge as you wish, granted that you understand the consequences of having it."
May I ask, is it perceptible later down the line?
A Tremere who knows what they're looking for would be able to see it, but they would have to look for it first.
All right. And is this what makes sure I remember?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you for that. Well, I hope you don't have to do that too many more times. But I do appreciate it, really. Don't take my wincing in pain as a sign of lack of gratitude. I'll make sure to keep this hidden. Maybe I'll get a hat or something.
Have a good night, my fellow Tremere.
Henry's eyes get very wide, but yeah, you too. And we're not gonna extend a hand for a handshake. I think we're speed walking out of here.
All right. Out into the night. The cold, quiet night. This is the first time since you were embraced that you have felt what it was like to be outside in the cold, damp Bay Area fog. And it is cold. You've almost forgotten what that feels like. And that feeling will follow you all the way home.